Did you promise yourself on your wedding day that divorce would never be an option? Most of us did. But here's the truth, a strong marriage doesn't just happen. It takes intentional daily choices. Today, Bryce and I are sharing 5 practical ways, plus a bonus, to divorce-proof your marriage before cracks ever appear. Stay with us.
Welcome to Bringing Hope Home. We're Bryce and Colette Schaffer, and we're on a mission to bring God's hope, healing, and practical strategies right into your living room.
Hey, welcome back to Bringing Hope Home. And today we're talking about an important topic of how, well, they're all important. I always say they're important topic.
Because they're all important.
They're all important.
Sweetie, because marriage, it takes more than one thing, that's for sure.
It does.
But this is another good one. Can we say that?
Yeah.
It's another great topic, and it's how to divorce-proof your marriage. Boy,
that's a good one.
That's a good one. It's an important one, as you were trying to, saying and caught yourself, because they are all very, very important. But, we did, and everybody says it, when you're first falling in love and you're going to get married, and you say, we'll never say the D word, right? You always say that.
That's what we said.
We did say that.
Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else. I've heard other people say it, but maybe not enough of us have said that. This was a forever.
A good point to even start with. Make the divorce word not even part of your vocabulary in your marriage. That's something, a no word that you just will not.
Right.
Will not
I
say.
agree. And I found a quote from Focus on the Family, and I love Focus on the Family. It's a great resource for families out there. They have a lot of tools, a lot of articles. But one of the things that I found on divorce situations is some people say the 3 most beautiful words in the English language are, I love you. But if that's the case, then the 4 most heartbreaking words would have to be, I want a divorce. Oh, the 3 most beautiful words, I love you. And what would crush is, I want a divorce. And we don't want that in your life and in your marriage, in your situation. And so let's get after it. You got to attack it. You can't just let your marriage lie and say it's good.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
You have to attack it with some gumption.
And from the very beginning. I think sometimes couples get married and it's all blissful and all the attention has been on the wedding.
Yep.
And the event of the wedding. And so we get into marriage, and now I know a lot of couples live together, so they've worked through a lot of issues, previously, but being actually married does bring up other things.
It does. Once you put a ring on it, it changes. And I heard a great reel too. If you're just dating yet, remember, don't give each other marriage privileges when you're not married.
Yeah.
There's no reason to give each other, and especially you girls, to give a boy married privileges when you're not married. Don't do it. Choose to not do that.
You see where the guy's heart is.
Right.
Really.
That's for sure.
Really quickly.
Okay. So that was all extra.
Yeah, that was extra.
For sure. And, we are now in 2026. It's hard to believe. But back in 2020, 21, and 22, when COVID was big time happening, divorce rates went up 35%.
Wow.
And it's interesting.
Really?
Then you start.
Say why?
Yeah, why would they go up? I don't know. I just saw that stat of going up 35%. Now you and I.
Maybe they had to stay together.
That's right. I mean, it's like,
in the same vicinity.
Ooh, my goodness, they rubbed me the wrong way too much.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of times, the pandemic was a catalyst to draw closer to each other, to cut out some things, to do things right. Other times it was too much of a stressor. It got too stimulated, and they were focusing on the wrong things. And I think that's the main thing in to try to divorce-proof your marriage. What are you looking at? Where's your focal point? Where's your aiming, goal, your target? And during a pandemic or when we're together a lot, yeah, you can drive each other, a little bonkers at times. But you just learn and you look and you say, okay, let's, shift a little bit here and there. But,
and there was a lot of other stressors during that time.
There were.
Certainly.
That were too big and a lot going on.
Yeah.
But that pressure cooker of stress and all these issues didn't help our marriage situation. Mm-hmm. And we are a throwaway society.
Right.
We just get a new one real quick. At the church, we had some LED lights go out on the back of one of our Jesus is Lord sign. And instead of replacing probably the transmitter, which is probably outdated and you can't get one anyway, we just throw the whole thing away and start over new. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And so that's the way we have life, but that's not how life is supposed to be in a family marital relationship, for sure. Right. But your viewpoint matters. How are you looking at things? How are you approaching each other in life? Mm-hmm. Are key. So let's get into a few of these things and figure out how to divorce-proof our marriage. Number one, continually reaffirm your commitment.
Right. A lot of times we say our vows again at the wedding, and maybe that's the only time and the last time that we speak like that to each other.
I've heard ladies say, I know he loves me. Out of, he's never said it.
Yeah.
He doesn't show it.
That's sad.
And so if, and I've heard that, I know he loves me. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's great and all, but you need to continually reaffirm that to each other.
Verbally and in what you do.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? So it takes both to say it, to say, I appreciate you, to say, you know what, I'm here for you. If you're going through a hard time, you know what, I'm here. And to back that up with action. What can I do to help ease your load? Mm-hmm. I see you're stressed. How can I pray for you? Those are all type of verbal things that we can do to reaffirm our commitment. Slow down
because there's so much. Mm-hmm. I care about you. All those things. And so, prioritizing date nights, those are always key. Share a hobby together. Get excited together. Mm-hmm. We tried tennis once and we never tried it again. Just to try to have a hobby. When you're first married, you try different things.
Yeah.
That one didn't work. So
I knew it wasn't going to work before we started.
But I loved it. It was a fun sport. I am not
athletic.
Yes, you are, in a different way.
In a different way? Well, that's so kind.
Because you're very rhythmic. You're very athletic that way.
Oh, I think that's called musical.
Oh. Well, yeah, okay. But anyway, so find those kind of hobbies together. Find quality time. And not just shared time with others. Mm-hmm. Don't just share your time with your kids, with other family. And that's all fine and dandy, and you have to do that, and you want to do that, but find quality time together.
And for goodness sake, when you're on a date, leave your phones in the car, or if you can't, at least turn them off, put them, my mom teaches etiquette classes to high school students. And that's one of the things that she says is, if you have your phone on the table, that's telling the person that you're with, this is more important. My phone is more important. So if somebody's going to text me or if somebody's going to call, that is more important than you are right now. That's not a good sign or a good message that you want to give your spouse.
Or whoever you're
with. So quality time means you're giving your attention, you're looking at each other, you're listening, right? You're not just physically going on a date. You're doing something for the kids. Yeah.
You're doing it together. And it doesn't have to be, if it's, prioritizing date nights, you could just relax together. If you don't have time or the money to do it, just relax together. Yep. Just to have that moment. Those are good. Be an open book to one another. But number one was just reaffirm your commitment constantly. Mm-hmm. And the other will appreciate it. And, use your love languages for each other, and that certainly helps. You're well on your way. Number 2, invest in yourself. Your marriage is only as strong as you are. Have you ever heard, something like that in other context? But you're only as strong as you are in your marriage. And, so read a book, grow. Be in a growth mindset for yourself. Don't get stagnant. Well, I've never left this one-horse town. That's fine. That doesn't mean you can't grow. That doesn't mean you can't learn. That doesn't mean you can't do something a little bit better, mentally, spiritually, physically. Why do people wait to get on health programs and membership to gyms after you get a divorce? Why? That's counter. I mean, I get it, but do it ahead of time.
Yeah.
Be ready to go now, but invest in yourself.
And the next is like that. Invest in your spouse. They have special traits and aspects that you need. So help them grow, help them succeed. Just recently, and why we didn't have podcast in February, I went to a writing conference. And that was something that, when I brought to you and said, hey, there's this thing.
Yeah.
Clear in Tennessee, Chattanooga. What do you think? And you're like, yeah, I think you should go. That was an investment that you gave into my life.
Amen.
Because he knew that, first of all, I needed it with the connections that I had. I was meeting some friends and things like that. But it was investing, and it was a sacrifice on your part to be alone. And then from there, I went and spent it with our son and grandson and daughter-in-law.
Amen.
But
so it was a long time.
Yeah, but it was an investment in me to be able to
make your heart be rich and full.
Right.
That's really was the key to that whole thing. Is you're rich and full. I'm still waiting for my golf vacation with the buddies.
You just gotta schedule it.
I guess I do. I guess I gotta schedule
the answer
this.
Is go, honey.
Oh.
But you just have to schedule it.
Okay.
So
you
it's
guys
on
heard
you.
it.
It's on
But
you.
invest in your spouse, right? I think that's so key. Be each other's biggest cheerleader. Go you. I mean, I'm so excited that happened to you today. Oh, it didn't? I know you're going to get it next time. Those kind of things, if you are so wrapped up in your own world that you forget your spouse's world, you're only completing seeing half the picture of your life.
If you don't know what fills up your spouse, you need to find out.
Yeah.
And then try to help meet that need or get it done. Another quick story, our son and daughter-in-law, she had her birthday on Valentine's.
Yeah.
So her birthday is
Can't forget that one can he?
And so he did something really, really sweet, because she's, a mom of a 1-year-old, and, if any of you have little ones, you just know it's a tiring time. And so he did something really sweet for her for her birthday, but it was what she needed to get filled back up.
Right. Again, fill herself.
It was all about filling her. And so, yeah, he did this.
Right. And
whole
guys,
thing, and
like
sweet,
Valentine's Day, it's all about what I get at the end of the day. Again, that's them being selfish.
It wasn't at all. It was just letting her.
Right. Investing in them has nothing to do with you. Mm-hmm. It's your sacrifice. You're willing to give, knowing that them filled up helps you get filled up.
That goes a long way.
It does. So that's a big one.
Yeah.
But those are 3. Again, reaffirm, invest in yourself, invest in each other, or the other. The other one is find God together. Oh, what a novel idea. And we're a Christian podcast. Not ashamed of that whatsoever.
Yeah.
But so you knew we would bring in God here somewhere.
Yeah. You should be growing spiritually together, right? Yeah. You need to be growing in all the ways together, and I've said spiritually, mentally, physically,
financially.
All of the things you need to be growing together. A lot of times people leave spiritual as a individual thing.
It's a personal thing.
And it is a individual, personal thing, but we still need to be connected, and we need to be growing together. And this needs to be an important thing as a family unit, right?
Right. And another quick story on that one. When we were first dating, we knew we were very compatible. We were starting to everything was clicking. It was meshing. It was so much fun. Just thinking back on those days, that was wonderful, sweetie.
Aww.
It was great. But I remember thinking, this girl that I'm seeing, she's a shaker and a mover with Jesus. Holy moly, this girl was after Jesus, like running. And I was going to have to figure out how to run for Jesus or get off the next exit.
Right.
Really. And I wasn't going to allow my wife, because that's where we were headed. We were headed at that moment to be together forever, have a forever relationship. And I knew in my heart that I couldn't allow you to be the spiritual head of our home, let alone start running the race for both of us. It had to be a communal race. And I'm not
and
anywhere.
I want to say, not that you didn't want me to know
No,
more.
that's where I was
type
going
of-
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't that I need to know
Putting
more
me down
or
or-
putting you down. None of that. What I'm saying is I needed to catch up to her or find another relationship because we weren't going to jive with the God momentum in our marriage. And so I was just trying to keep up with you and get to your quote unquote level. There is no level with God. But the lack of a term I can think of. But I wanted to chase you, but at the same time, I knew I better chase God. And then when I can chase God to the same level, I hate to use that again, as you were, then we can start together. And that's what we've done ever since. And that started before the I do's.
It is important to have the spiritual head of your home. I mean, that's biblical, that the man is the head of the home. And so that is an important endeavor to grow together spiritually, to cover each other in prayer, to go to church together, find a study together, find friends that are like-minded that you are growing together with. You know, we had friends clear back then that we were growing in the Lord with, and to this day we're still good friends. Because I think of that we had that commonality of growing together in the Lord.
Yeah, chasing after him.
Yeah.
Right. And then out of that growth into the Lord, sing, individually, together, then all your decisions start lining up together. You really want to have your decisions line up together, grow in God. Because then how you parent, how you finance, how you view this situation and that situation, all starts coming together. The closer you get to God, actually the closer you get to your spouse. I don't know how else to say it. The closer you get to God, again, if you're two different lines coming up, and if you're seeing this on YouTube, it's like a peak of a triangle. The farther you're away from God, the farther you are at the ends or the bottom of the triangle, you're away from each other. The closer you are to the top, the closer you are to God, but not only that is to each other.
Yeah.
So remember that for sure. Number 5, surround yourself with other couples. And you kind of just said that, that have that strong marriage. If you're going to try to divorce-proof your marriage, hang around people that are like that. If all your friends, guys, are single, and that's who you hang out with, guess what? How they're going to influence you. You don't need her. You don't need to tell her. All this stuff, it can be singular. That's going to wear on you and enter your mindset. Well,
and I've had friends that say, I don't even know what a good husband is or what a strong marriage looks like. They've never had it. They don't know what to even start. Right? So that's something that you need to find somebody, find an older couple in your church that look happy and everything, and ask them questions.
Yeah.
If you want to learn, and I'm sure a couple like that is going to want to mentor.
Yeah.
and take you under wing and show you some of the things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So find that couple, those other friends that are like-minded and, again, hopefully biblical and those kind of things. And then, so that's 5 things to divorce-proof your marriage. But I also thought of a bonus one, because usually you don't end on 6. So I'm going to call it the bonus one, the bonus tip to divorce-proof your marriage. And this is a good one because I had to remember this one, especially early in our marriage. Equal isn't always equal. I was very adamant and very grew up on equal means equal.
right.
And that's how we solved everything with my brother and I being so close in age, and how we did things. We divided equally. Everything was equal. So that was ingrained. And so we got to marriage, and, I find out that I want everything equal, but then real quickly, not everything is equal. And
Because we have different roles.
That's right.
Yeah.
Different roles in the relationship, different strengths, lots of different things. Another silly story, our first son, our first baby comes home from the hospital, and I wanted the word equal. I wanted to help in the middle of the night. I did. Because again, my training, my mindset was we're going to be equal because I want to share. I don't want to be that absent
I'm gonna
parent.
get up.
Yep, you're getting up, I'm getting up. And we found out pretty quick.
Yeah, he would bring him to me to nurse, and then between, like, he would go change his diaper and bring. I mean, it was ridiculous.
I was trying to be equal,
You were
everybody.
trying to be
I was
equal.
being so sweet and helpful and think of you.
But we learned really quick that Mr. Bryce here doesn't do well on little sleep.
Oops.
And so
Memo to self.
Memo to self. So we did have a memo with the second child. I said, you know what, honey? You would benefit me so much more
She was so sweet about it.
if you just stay asleep. I will get up. I will do it. It's fine. I don't feel like it's not equal.
Right.
This is what I signed up for.
This is what it is. Yeah. So I'm just telling you, everybody out there, equal isn't equal in a marriage. And, well, I'm the one that always,
Yeah.
okay, the always, you nevers.
Yeah. Wipe those out. If you want to divorce-proof your marriage, wipe that language out.
Right. And so, another one I've always thought of is back rubs. I'm always giving you more back rubs than I get.
Yes.
How does that work?
That's
That was that in the contract?
Yeah.
It might have been.
Happy wife, happy life.
Oh, okay. So that's good. So, just remember that. It's a fun one, but you got to remember it. And again, giving 100% sometimes it's just 100%. You just give it all, and you're just going together. It's together. And when you all both win, you both win, and the family wins. So those are those 6, the 5 plus the bonus. Because I thought the bonus, we needed the bonus. At least I needed it. I wish I would have known it a little sooner than I did. Yeah. But the big thing in divorce proofing, that's not a word, proofing your marriage, we'll edit that out, probably not, is faithfulness. You need to learn to be faithful. And our world, again, is not a faithful world. It says change it up. Get something new. It's fresh. No, your spouse is a forever. It's a faithful thing. It is one of the most sweetest, beautiful things that God has given us, the gift of faithfulness. Mm-hmm. It's a fruit of the Spirit. And it's something that when we can shine that into the world and share with the world the faithfulness of a marriage, a long-lasting one. Why do we celebrate people that even non-Christians celebrate 40, 50, 60 years of marriage? Mm-hmm. Because there's something to be said about that consistency and commitment to one another. I have as a verse of scripture, it says Proverbs 3:3-4, and this is NIV because it's different in the New King James that I usually use. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on a tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man. Mm-hmm. And I'll put your spouse.
Yep.
I mean, so good. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Amen. I mean,
Amen.
don't you just stick to it. Just be after
Let it be more than the words that you say on your wedding day.
You said it.
There
Thank
you
you.
go.
I like it. Way to end this.
All right. Well, if you got something from this, let us know. Write a comment. We love to hear from you, our listeners, that you got something from this. You can email us at hello@schafferministries.com. You can check out our other materials that we have. A good way to marriage or divorce proof your marriage is our Marriage Builders course.
That's right.
That you can find on our website. And if you want to do it with a group, we have a leader's guide as well that you can do it
And it's
with
not
churches.
very expensive. Oh,
No.
my goodness.
No,
We
it's
have
cheap.
slashed the prices because we want people just to use it, to get it
Yeah.
into your hands.
Yep. So check that
Oh,
out.
my
The
goodness.
link will be below.
It's
as well.
less than a night out dinner together.
Yes.
It really is nowadays. So you can spare one meal out, buy our course.
Yeah.
Buy it. Your marriage will appreciate it.
Well, thank you. All right. Well, until next time, bring hope home to your life today.
Thanks for listening to Bringing Hope Home. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to strengthen your marriage, head to schafferministries.com to take our free marriage quiz and check out our Marriage Builders course. See you next time.